Hi, it's me, Mido. I'm back here with Emblem, Path of Radiance, where we are entering Chapter 15, The Feral Frontier, as it said on the file select screen. So, I'll do a quick recap of something in a minute after whatever happens here, unless we get a chance to pause when dialogue happens. Castle Kilvas. Oh, interesting. Is Naesala having a bit of a thunk about what just happened? Alright, we have a minute here on the dialogue, so I'll pause, stop here for a moment and briefly recap what happened last time. So Ike and Mist were a little restless around the castle. So was it Saniki or Saniki through Sigrun sent them out to just do a little mission over here, just get some cargo back from some thieves. And it turned out that those thieves had a bunch of Lagoos in a stupor going around doing some awful stuff. So, not sure exactly why we weren't informed of that. And then we got back the cargo, and I was thinking that it was Lagoos, like other Lagoos prisoners, because Ike said it was really heavy, and I couldn't think of what else it might be. But you would probably notice if you were carrying like a box and something moved inside of it, wouldn't you? So I guess that probably doesn't make much sense, as much as I did it and I thought it did last time. And then we also got a sight of, I believe it was Deginsia, Kanagi, Tibarn, and Naesala all got together and had a little king's court deciding where they stand against with respect to Dayan and Crimea. Kanagi, as always, was the voice of reason and very cool about it. And now it looks like Rayson of Serenus fame, who has been hanging around with Tibarn, is going to Castle Kilvas for some reason. I can't imagine, because I thought Tibarn and Naesala didn't really get along so well. Anyways, I mean, they were certainly clashing when they were at the little meeting they were at a second ago. But let's go here. Oh my, if it isn't young Prince Serenus. Welcome, welcome, welcome. Neolucci, you're looking well. What was Rayson's voice? Damn it, I'm feeling well too, thank you very much. This crow's as spry as ever. Tell me though, how fares your father, King Lorziah? The same as ever. Since that terrible day, he remains abed. He seldom rises anymore. I'm not surprised. In the span of a few days, he lost his family, his friends, and almost all his countrymen. Yes. And yet we're blessed that you are still with us. Prince Rayson, if there's anything this doddering old bird can do for you, please do not hesitate to ask. Thank you. I appreciate your kind sentiment. Sorry to have kept you waiting, Rayson. Neolucci, you can talk ancient history later. Leave us at once. Yes, of course. I'm sure you've much to talk about, much to say. I'll just take my leave of you. Please, Prince Rayson, make yourself at home. He probably didn't mean that as sassily as I said it. Old Neolucci's always been fond of House Serenus. When he heard the White Prince himself was gracing us with a visit, he could barely contain his joy. So, Prince, what's this all about? We haven't seen your face around here in a long time, and I'm naturally quite curious as to your intentions. I know how to say curious, but I just didn't that one time for reasons. Your attitude during the Goldua meeting piqued my interest. What is it you're after, Naesala? Why do you provoke Tibarn? You came all this way for that? Are you serious? Do not mock me, Crow King. Tibarn is my father's guardian. If not for him, we might have suffered the end of House Serenus itself. I will not brook any insults to him. Oh, I see. So rather than ally yourself with me, your trusted companion of old, you would side with this new protector. That's an unfortunate shift in attitude. I trust you remember that when you and your sister were young, it was I, and not Tibarn, who watched over you? Any change in my bearing can be laid at your roost, Naesala. After all, you, my old friend, are the one who continues to engage in commerce with my enemy, with humans. If you were to change your ways, I'm sure we could rebuild the relationship the two of us once shared. Oh no, that I could never do. You see, humans are essential to the fulfillment of my ambitions. You've changed, Naesala. If this is the path you've chosen, I've nothing left to say. I doubt you could ever understand what it means to guard Kilvas, Prince. To protect an entire country. Oh, King Naesala! Duke Tanis of the Benyon Imperial Senate has arrived! Bring him in.
Your Majesty, just now I brushed against the most splendid specimen. Was that a Serenus noble? They're supposed to be extinct.
And what if it were?
Oh, I was right! Wonderful, my eyes did not deceive me. Those dazzling white wings, and that shimmering hair sparkling like falling golden dust. That is the crystallization of beauty, in its purest form.
Duke Oliver, can we please discuss the business at hand? Per your request, we have appropriated several pieces of art from the ships of Duke Gaddus.
Yes, and you will be compensated as promised. But right now there's something else that I simply must have.
Really? Another request? What can we purloin for you today? More art, perhaps? No, I reckon Rayson, right? He made a big deal about that like 30 seconds ago.
Oh, something much more stunning. And if you agree to my proposition, I will double your normal fee.
That is a most generous offer. And tell me, what is it you desire?
Desire? But surely you've already guessed.
That can't lead to good things.
Mayanol Cathedral, back home for the time being. Haha, all safe and sound. Nobody died,
Except for the people who we killed. Meeting with the Apostle was fine, but all she did was pay us and give us another job. She answered no questions. I wonder what she's planning. That cargo. I can't help but believe that there were living creatures inside, but okay, we're on the same wavelength there. Good. What do you suppose the Apostle intends to do with them? I don't know. Titania, are all nobles and royals like this? They have plans and paperwork for every little thing, and their speech is as confusing as it is tedious.
But Ike, the other nobles we know are different. There's Princess Alencia, and King Gallia, and the Dragon Prince too. All of them have been so nice and friendly and easy to talk to.
Perhaps the rudeness of the upper echelon is unique to the Bayor class system. Princess Alencia was raised in special circumstances. Maybe that's why she's different. So different. I could never get accustomed to the culture of Bayor nobles.
I think I know what you mean. It's a little disconnected and dispassionate, ain't it? Hey there, Soren. I'm here to report the results from the last battle. Ooh, okay. Ooh, bonus XP, we got some. Yay! We can distribute that. And we earned 10,000 gold. Sweet.
And we beat Titania, naturally, and new ally Makalov.
We suffered no casualties, and no one was seriously injured. Everyone was at their best.
Not excellently, though, as we had been prior.
That concludes my report. Excuse me.
You are excused, Soren. All right. Any new supports we want to think about? Okay, I can
Soren! Come on, you two! Have a picnic together, whatever you have to do to get to friendship levels. Just make it happen.
Mia and Reese, that's kind of interesting. Mia and Ileana I still want to do, kind of. Mist and... I guess I'm probably going to do Mist and Boyd, right? Because I've been benching Mordecai pretty hard. And Rolf is partnering with Marcia, and Titania's partnering with Reese, so I think probably Mist and Boyd are the two we want. Have I really not... put them beside each other enough for that, or in the mission together for enough for that to be a thing? Oscar and Ike, I won't do that one, the B rank of that just yet. Levy and Ike, okay. So no new ones I really feel like doing. Info, though. Servant, hello? Some of my quarters? You are from the northwest nation of Khmer, are you not? You have my condolences for the terrible misfortune that has befallen your country and people. Yet you remain blessed. Fate has brought you here to the Grand Temple Mayanol, to the splendor of Benyon, the grandest of all the nations of Telius. I feel like Ike's gonna be like, actually it was me and beating people up that got me here. By the way, I hear you are traveling north to the Grand Desert. There are ancient ruins there, you know? They are the remnants of a race known as the Zunanma, who come from a civilization that predates our own. I'm sure you will enjoy the sensation of being immersed in such primordial surroundings. Yeah, it'll be a real picnic. I was just suggesting as much. Oh yes, picnics are indeed nice. Oh, but a word of caution. Studying the ruins from afar is one thing, but you would be well advised to keep your distance, for safety's sake. It is said that there's a bandit stronghold near the northwest ruins, naturally, and we hear occasional reports of strange figures wandering the dunes in the northeast. Be careful. Roger that. Strange figures and bandits. Alright, Makalov. You listen here. Hooey! The Grand Temple. Luxury and gorgeousness as far as the eye can see. If a scoundrel like myself can find employment in a place like this, I guess my luck hasn't abandoned me after all. But, for all the glitter and gold, there's an equal amount of dangerous work. That I could do without. Maybe I can use my prone to illness ploy. Yes, I think I can arrange to work about 1 out of every 5 jobs or so. And now that I have a fixed income, it's time to visit the local inns and see what games of chance are about. Evening. Ah! You, did you happen to hear any of that? You were talking out loud. Loudly. I wasn't being serious. I'm an extremely diligent man. Yes, I am. Those peddlers you were with, you were in debt to them, right? Huh? How do you know that? When we took out that group, your debt vanished. Yes, you're right. That was a tremendous help. Thanks much. Come now, you can't believe that the world is as forgiving as that, or that we are so foolish. What? Debts are debts, and you have many. Those peddlers weren't the only people you were owed coin by. Those peddlers weren't the only people who were owed coin by you, right? We can't have debt collectors hounding the company day in and day out. My staff officer repaid the rest of the money you owe. That's very kind of you. It was from the company coffers. You, my friend, are now in our debt. You fight to repay the Grail mercenaries. Payment will be deducted from your wages for quite some time. It seems you're working for free, friend. No, Until your debts are completely repaid, don't even think about leaving the company or getting sick. Right then. I trust you'll do your best.
What a mess. Ah, nuts. You're not sortied in my party, though. Make no mistake. You're gonna have to go fight somewhere else by yourself. I'm not letting you in my squad ever.
How are your preparations progressing? They're underway. We leave within the hour. To go to the desert. Why are we going to the desert again?
They'll tell us again, I'm sure.
I know it was for something important.
Oh, to get to Benyon? No, we're already in Benyon, Dodoi. To get to... Where are we going?
Your next mission takes you to the Grann Desert. You must choose your companions with care. A desert is just a large patch of sandy soil, is it not?
With one major difference.
Unlike sandy soil, you'll not find solid earth near the surface. You could dig and dig and dig and only find more sand. Those on foot and horseback may find it difficult to move around. I see. I'm sure that Soren knows much about these things, but... Has something befallen Master Soren? I don't know if he's feeling ill or just moping about. It all started when we arrived in Benyon. Oh. Be that as it may, it won't hurt for me to have this information. Can you tell me more? Of course. There's little water in the desert and the soil is very dry. Few trees or grasses grow there, which means there are no groves or anything else which would provide cover. And as I mentioned before, those on foot and on horseback will find that sand slows their pace considerably. The exceptions are magic users, staff wielders, and thieves. Such people will not be affected to so large a degree. Thieves are agile, so I understand why they would be unaffected, but those skilled in the magical arts? That doesn't make any sense. I once heard an explanation from a magic user that I know. He claimed that the spirits he employed flew before him and cleared the sand from his path. However, considering the source, I'm not sure how much of that is truth. What, did it come from Oliver or something? Who was the source? Prime Minister Sephiran. Would he play a joke like that? Well, the Prime Minister is a very amusing man, but please allow me to continue my explanation. What else? Others who are unaffected by sand are Pegasus Knights, Wyvern Riders, and other flying units. Oh, and Lagoos, too. Terrain features don't seem to affect them much in either form, although they will be slowed some. You said Lagoos, didn't you? Almost everyone here says subhuman. Well, of course. Beork and Lagoos are both living things. Every precious life was created to be equal by the blessed goddess. The fact that there are still those who persecute Lagoos in the land of the goddess, it is deplorable. Are you of a noble house? Yes, I am. One must be of noble birth to serve the goddess. But I thought that all nobles will half-crazed fools who can't speak the truth. You seem quite honest. I'll take that as a compliment. Oh, and one last thing. What is it? The desert contains the remnants of more than one lost civilization, like the Zananma, or whatever it was. Rumor has it that treasures from those times still lie undiscovered beneath the shifting sands. Those with good luck may come across such treasures during battle.
Got it. So stand in random squares and maybe good things will happen. And we'll be slower because of things. And she said something about less groves and less support, maybe? So maybe there will be less, cover squares you can hide around. So that'll be interesting to know. Did I have a new skill I could give everyone? Right, Vantage, but it also gives... Wait, no, is it just a Vantage? Hang on, let me just check. Let me just do a quick inventory thing. I'll just be quiet for this unless something interesting shows up. You don't need that bow. You don't need that Perma Buff. You don't need any of this, because I'm never using you. Alright, well, I'll give you a sword just in case it auto-sorties you in some mission. That probably doesn't happen, but whatever. So is there a weapon? Okay, so we have... Okay, there's one that's Vantage and then the other one that's an Occult. Okay. And this one's different skills depending on their class. Right, okay. So it was Saul for Titania, and then it was something else for other knights, and I forget what it was, but I think I'm fine without it for the time being, because I do want Saul. And I think she'll have I think I mentioned this already, but I reckon she'll have a skill cap increase when she goes up to Gold Knight, which I'm pretty sure comes after Paladin. She should be able to have Saul and counter the one she already has. But worst comes to worst, I could always just delete counter from her. It's not like it's like, oh, if I don't have this skill, I'll be, lost forever. Oh, I can sell these gems, too. Vantage, is there someone I would want to get Vantage to? Did I already have an idea about who I might want for that? Ooh, Vantage for Soren would be kind of cool. Because then it's like heavy armor people are going to come after him because it's like, haha, he's got low defense. And then he's just going to go first and wreck them with magic. That's kind of cool. And if he adept triggers, then he goes first and hits them with 2. I could give me a advantage again. You can't assign the same skill multiple times. Don't tell me what I can and can't do. Ooh, he has a skill Tempest. What does that do? Oh, that's something about biorhythm, right? Doubles biorhythm effects. Right. I suppose we could give it to Lethe. No, but there's a thing, she can get Roar from this, and I might want that at some point. Alright, I won't assign Vantage for the moment. As for the Perma Buffs, we have, a Spirit Dust, and a Secret Book.
So skill and magic. I won't. The only ones who magic are relevant for us at the time being are, I guess, our healers. But I'm not dissatisfied with any of their healing rates so far. And then Ilyana and Soren. Where is that man? And Soren obviously has a bunch more because he's level 13 and she is level 7. But it may be that she levels up 5 times to get to his level and then gets 1 magic each time. So then she's up at 13 and they're about the same. You know what? Sure. Let me just use it on her actually because it'll be a handy leg up anyways. Just for, well, before she gets her level up and all that. And as for skill, 15 for Reese. Good God. It's going to be either... Okay, let's narrow it down to Boyd. So Boyd, Marsha, or Oscar, how about? I feel like you're defensive enough that I'm not... If you miss one, I'm like, whatever, because you're going to stand there and get the next hit anyways. And you're also pretty high level. You, however, it's like... Because neither of your defenses are amazing... Nor is your health. If I'm going to put you in for an attack, I don't want you missing that. Although the same kind of goes for Boyd. He's not very defensive. He's got a lot of health, and he's pretty fast, but I don't want you missing those things. I'm going to give it to Boyd, because especially with the hand axe, it would be great if I could just have a little bit more consistency in his success rate there. So that's good. All right, those have been distributed. Let's then award some XP. How much do I have? 120 bonus XP. Great. Let me just bump Soth by 1. See what he gets from a level up, because I'm very curious. Let's see if these stats grow as much as they say they do. Okay, that's actually a pretty solid level. If that's what it's always going to be like, then I do probably want to keep growing you, and you might be able to be pretty viable in an amount of time. It's just that the knife doesn't do very much, though. Your attack is 8 right now. It's going to be tricky to find you, especially considering you get less XP because of this. But then again, you're only level 2, so you're probably going to be getting a lot of XP basically anyways from fights. Who could I distribute a bit more to? Who's a little lower in level that I would want up a bit? Rolf and Braum are at 11 down here. You're at level 9. Miss is at level 8. Liliana is only level 7, so... Ooh, Astrid, though. Okay, maybe I'll do Astrid 1, and then Ilyana, like, 60 experience, and then dump the rest into... Nephany, I guess. So I'll just bring you up to the next level. What have you got? Hopefully some more strength. More skill and speed. That'll work. Ilyana, let's just bring you up. Ooh, I said I was gonna give you like 60, didn't I? That's not feasible. Let's just give you like 30. And what have you got for us now? Some speed would be great. Ah, good, speed. And res, nice. Good, and so we dump the rest in Nephany. Sounds reasonable. Oh, it's almost 1-to-1 for her, which is awesome. I guess because she's a lower level. All right, up to 10 for you. Let's see what you get. I would like some defense and skill. Hey, nice. Okay, that'll work. Save that there. All right, let's see what nonsense lies in our future. Hello. Oh, we're already in the desert. Man, we got there fast. Tell me, Soren, are you all right? And recently, ever since we reached Benyon, in fact, you've seemed depressed. Is that so? How odd. Well, I can think of nothing specific that's bothering me. Well, if you say so. So it's time for the desert. Which is the best direction to enter from? Soren? Huh? Yes, what is it? Alright, now I know there's something going on. I'm sorry. I was thinking. What is it you wanted? Well, I was going to ask you for directions, but it's no longer necessary. It looks like we're being met. Ah! By whom? Oh, not someone who's in a good way, apparently. Who are you? Answer me! We're mercenaries. We were hired to take care of a group of bandits operating in this area. Okay, we're just being hired to go here, I see. More of the Senator's dogs! You cast us as thieves so you can murder us and hide your guilt, but we will not be defeated! Mark my words, the day will come when all slaves are free, and then you will pay for your crimes. What on earth are you talking about? No more useless words! Come, my brothers! Take them! Looks like Laguz, to me. Salutations. The Grand Desert. Oh man, we really don't have anywhere to hide in here. They were right about that. Oh dear. What? We're facing Laguz? I don't like the look of this. Laguz or no, it doesn't change the fact that they are brigands. Do not lower your guard. I know what I'm doing. Everyone, watch your footing in this sand. Take care and fight well. Yes, just fight well. Great advice, Ike. Ooh, we get 14 people here. Sweet, okay. If it's gonna be a lot of Laguz, very few of them are gonna have defenses lower than like, yeah, unless they're untransformed, right? So, and I don't know if they can parry. I think they don't get a response attack when they're not transformed in this game, right? I think that happened to Lethe and she didn't get a chance to punch back. Whereas in Radiant Dawn, if they're untransformed, they'll just punch you in the face for not very much damage, but still good to know, especially if I'm going to be having Soth attack anybody here. All right, maybe I'll bring Soth because there are untransformed. They're all able to be damaged by him. Not all of them, I take that back, but a few of them. And if I get a badass rogue on, once I get him snowballing, then it's like rogues are very dodgy, and then it can be very good. As for Levy, I probably want you for the muscle because there are going to be a lot of very sturdy attackers coming our way. I'm gonna leave Reese behind again, because Mist is still far behind his level, and he and Titania are at rank B, so it's not like I need to get their support up super hard. Right, okay, Lagoos aren't like super good with magic, are they? Not really, and that doesn't even double when they transform. It's like 1.5 times or whatever, right? So, actually, considering you only transform by 1.5 times, these stats are seeming pretty sad. Is something else going to happen in the middle of this? That would be unfortunate. Either way, I guess we're leaving Oscar behind then, because he's pretty high in level and we want to get some other people up to his level. So, leave Oscar, bring Soth, great. Let's reposition everyone now. I guess once they transform, they'll be able to move pretty quickly. But very few of them are already high engaged, so we might have a bit of time to rush some of them. Let me put Marcia over here so that she can go after these people quickly because they are far from being able to transform. Oh, you aren't. I don't know exactly how much I'll be slowed by. Your normal movement speed is 7, and you only get 3 here. Okay, so that's probably... So roughly half my movement will be cut into. Cool, so I guess I can put the... where did Soth go? Where's Soth? Where is that boy? Okay, I'll put him around the edge because... around the middle because he can move fast enough that it probably won't be much of an issue for him to move around. Ditto for the mages, I can put them near the middle. So I guess something like that. Conditions. Defeat boss. Defeat Ike dies. Great. So long as they're... Oh, Morim. Interesting. Very, very, very interesting. Huh. So if you're wondering why I'm interesting this, it's because this is a character from the second game. So I guess I probably don't want to try. I want to try and avoid killing you if I can. Maybe I'll just incapacitate you or something. But your stats are also insane, so I guess I probably will have good reason to be afraid of facing you. At least your crit isn't bonkers. An attack speed of 17, my god. Alright, I guess there's no point in waiting around here. Let's see how this goes. Let's dive headfirst into it, shall we? Launch! Hopefully something interrupts us in the middle before we get far enough for things to be terrible and scary. Alright, and since you're Lagoos now, you get the full reach of your speed. Nope, I lied. But you get a bit of it anyways. Oh, a new battle theme. Very interesting. It doesn't seem very happy. It's sort of sad and unsettling, actually. Let me just mark everybody. The tone of the music is almost making me feel like maybe I shouldn't go attacking people, but they very much threatened me, right? So, or maybe it's just meant to be sad because this is obviously all is not well here with respect to their opinions of what our aim is here. This music feels very Radiant Dawn. I like this. Okay, let's have a look at how this goes if I do this with you. So I can do 13 damage there. Is there one I'm fast enough to do 2 hits with? Yes, there is. This one I can do 10 and 10, which is almost take you down. Let's give that a try, shall we? Launch the Marcia! Quick, quick! Yeah. There we are. Sorry about that. Alright, and that was my full movement range. I'm just marking everyone because it'll be good to know when someone is transformed, like, at a glance. Oh, only 1 for poor Braum over here, that's unfortunate. And only 2 for Titania because she's mounted. Maybe we move everyone sort of at the same group. Does that seem like maybe it's not a bad idea? So we can all support each other as we go along, so I'll just... Oh, I got a guard! Cool! Found treasure in the sand. I'm allows you to acquire the skill guard when you're at a base. Nice. I suppose we'll just head over all west together, because that will allow us to hunker down in the corner if we find that that's what we want to do. So this person's you charge 3 per turn, so they're gonna transform probably next turn, and you get 9. Is it 9 or 8 or 7 movement when you're transformed as a burb? Well, I kind of hope it's not that much because they could probably reach our friends depending on how much it is. Oh, Ileana could actually go and do some damage here, but this person's about to transform, so that would be a sure way to die. So I'll just move everyone together, although this probably does mean we're going to be losing some XP for a lot of our people who are slower, like Braum here, or otherwise are having trouble doing damage. But it's probably the safer thing to do, instead of die. So the ones who transform, are they going to just then run up now towards us, do you think? Or are they going to sort of stay around their position? Wow, a lot more people were closer to transforming than I expected. Or slash red. Maybe it's more than 3 that you get per turn. Ah, they got a vulnerary from the friend. Man, I was going to have so good. Cool. Alright, Berto here transformed and was able to reach Marcia, so let's see how this goes for us. Ow. Please don't outspeed me. I have an Iron Lance. 1. Okay, very good. Okay, not everyone is going to charge us all at once. That's good. I guess it's probably going to be like a if they're in your range kind of thing, which is A-okay with me. Ah, I forgot that you have to mark everyone every time. Dang it. All right, so let's see how much you could do with the knife here. All right, so 3 and 3. So if I can have anyone else do 9 damage to this one, that would be very good. Can you reach? Oh man, no one can reach anything. It's so sandy. Could have Marsha do this, but then she's going to get axed by this person probably. Oh man, it's tricky because... Oh, it's tricky. Okay, so obviously I don't want to do this again. How can I do with the Steel Lance? That's decent chances of doing 9 damage. 22 minus 9 is 13. There's just no one else who's close enough to do anything worth doing. Because the defense is now high enough that he can't do anything. Oh wait, but Soren is mage, and mage can go far, and so wind can happen. Great, okay. So can I one-shot you with wind? Well, let's throw this out. Wait, hang on. This bird is the only one Soren can hit, so may as well do that. And if you hit a depth or a crit, then that would be all the better. Because then Marcia could go do something else. Nope, that's fine. Okay, I don't know what amount you get, but I reckon that they won't be able to get enough in this turn to where they'll be able to kill Soth if he goes up and tries to attack people. Which of you has the worst defense, actually? Because if you have a little less, maybe I might have a better chance of taking you out faster. Oh, and the crit chance is already 9, which is nice. Okay, so... If it's 4 and 4 is 8 this time versus 3 and 3 is 6 this time. So doing 6 every turn with you, it would take 3 turns, and doing 8 every time with you, it would take 4 turns. Regardless, you're going to be passing back this vulnerary around anyways. But for the XP, might as well throw out some knife hits, and if you get a crit, then all the better for it. So give it a try. I mean, assuming I take out the other bird, which I probably should have checked that if I was going to succeed on that before doing this, then you'll be fine, so don't worry about it. All right, that does bump their gauge a little, unfortunately. Marcia, I think you're going to have to be the one who takes this out. All right, so you have an 80% chance to not die here. Actually, I better have mist heal you first then. Except that I moved Soren in the way of that, so that's not going to happen. Can you shove Soren? There you go. Doosh. I also could have had you just take them out, but this seems better somehow. All right, but naturally, if I screw this up, then they're going to go after Mist and probably wreck her because the relative speed is involved. Oh no, she'll only get hit once, but her defense is only 2 to their attack of 20, so it would be 18 damage. Even that would kill her, but let's not let that happen anyways. Steel Lance it is. Let's have this go well, please. I have a 4 out of 5 chance. Please. Oh, thank goodness. Things can go very, very wrong very quickly if you're not covering your enemies in this map, it seems. All right, Marcia, up a level. What have you got for us? Some strength would be great right about now, and defense. Speed. Cool. All right, I'll just move you back over here closer. Mia, start heading up, I suppose. Rolf as well. Our poor mounted units taking their time. Okay, I suppose throw some magic out because you have a chance here, and they're not likely to transform next turn, I don't think. So we have a little bit more time. Thunder is the fastest one we can use. It's got a crit of 10. Your weapon rank is way better in Thunder, right? You're naturally a Thunder Mage? Yes, so let's see about getting your fire up a little. Fire away! At will, in fact. Nicely done. Goody gumdrops, and so now we're all converging on this location, sort of. Let me just shove. Oh, I can't shove Marcia, she's too big. Let me not shove then. Let me just kind of clump. I don't want to get too close around here. Nah, we're all be alright. Poor Braum. Another person transformed, but it looks like they're not going to be, like, rushing us till they actually get this person just running away every time. Till we are in their range and they can attack us at the same time. Okay, good. So it is 4 per turn. Great, okay. And this person stood there because they didn't have... they only actually run away to use the vulnerary if they have a vulnerary. So this person, because they didn't have a vulnerary, didn't feel any need to run away, which is a little sad. That does mean I'll probably be able to let Soth get the takedown, though. As long as I have someone else soften it up a little first. It being that person. Level-wise, who's our lowest? Soth, naturally. So can Astrid reach from here to do any damage? Nay. Can Ileana? Yes, of course she can. Maybe just throw out 1 spell. That'll be enough to get it down to where Soth can handle it. That seems reasonable. This would be actually the worst time for you to crit, because I want Soth to be getting this XP, so if you could please not. Thank you very much. Which means old Sothy boy here can... He could steal that vulnerary as well, but this is probably a better thing to do. I doubt he gets XP for stealing it anyways. Accuracy not 100%, which surprised me a little, but go for it. 1, 2. Thou hast been Sothed. Looks a lot bigger and sturdier and more like an adult here than he does in his CG, doesn't he? This does seem pretty rigged in our favor, because if they're not going to follow us, we can just wait for them to be at a low transformation gauge and then advance on them then. So I say we start heading back east now, see what we can do about investigating all this stuff on the right side here. Which means Brahm's at the head of it. Well done, you. Anyone at low health that I could heal with Mist? Actually, I think everyone's full. Really, did no one level up in health? I thought Nephany did. No, that was back at the base. Never mind. Anything apocalyptic happen this turn? Or is everything still just kind of going at a snail's pace as we slog through the sands? Yeah, maybe this is just sort of like a tutorial level for what sand is like and why it's awful. That person's still running away to heal. Well, there goes your vulnerary anyways. Alright, and that's giving it back to us. How cool is that? So I guess my plan here is just to come up to this oasis-y kind of spot, because there's probably something hidden in this corner or whatever. Oh, is this person like green? I can't tell if they're green or if it's just the sand making the colors seem weird. So we'll head down there, see how this all goes for us. Probably very well. Try and spread out our experience gaining a bit, because we seem to be able to get a bit of a choice of who we want going where, because we can basically just lure them one by one. So this should be a good mission for getting XP at least, even though it's very sort of bleak and kind of awkward and slow right now. But that'll all be happening next time on Fire Emblem Path of Radiance, because regrettably we're all out of time as it stands. You know, I guess this is just a bit of a weird question, considering that it's like a genetic thing and they don't like choose it. But if you were to choose, if you had that ability somehow, would you prefer to be able to transform into a flying type Lagoose or like a beast type Lagoose with like very nimble and jumping around on the ground, or would you be able to like to soar and fly around? I'm not sure. I mean, on the one hand, like the easy answer for me is like flying, because flying is so cool, right? But at the same time, the raw nimbleness and like reflexes that you gain as like you would gain transforming into a form like this would make traversing any area on the ground feels super cool. I guess I'd probably say I'd go for a ground-based beast-type Lagoose form if I were able to choose a form to take on, which is obviously not how they go. They get one based on when they're born, and then that's it. I mean, as far as I understand it anyways. So there's a question for today, and the next video going up is going to be more, I think, and if it's not this, then I'll be changing it, and you'll see it on screen what it actually is. I think it's going to be the next episode of Fire Emblem Three Houses. I'd love to see you down in Garrigmock Town for that, although we won't be hanging around Garrigmock during that episode. We're going to Sanado and doing scary things. So I'd love to see you when I see you. But that's all for now, anyhow. So thank you very much for coming around, and hopefully I'll see you around. Admiral's going to be out of here now. Peace! But Sayuri and I like you, and we've gotten to know you a lot by now, right? Yuri doesn't seem to have a response. Hey, what do you think of Natsuki? I don't think about her. That's not what I meant.